Hello? Okay, thank you. And there she is. Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. How do you do? Come in. Lucia came to audition for an opera that I had been planning to write. So how long are you in New York for?
Just today.
She sang Iago, was it? There was something riveting about her presence. It was at that audition that I realized, wait a minute, that's our Don Giovanni. I'm very proud Tulsa and Tulsa Opera are bringing the first female baritone to sing the role of Don Giovanni, not just in the history of American opera companies, but as far as we know, in the history of the world. Because of her personality and her life experience, Lucia brings something to the role of Don Giovanni that no one else has ever brought.
I grew up in California. I started as a horn major, and I just wanted to be involved in opera a little bit, and so I asked the teacher if I could sing, and then I started singing for him, and he said, "What do you think about studying privately?" That's how all that started. In 2009, I went to Germany, and I worked for Deutsche Oper Berlin, and ever since then I've been pretty much plugged into the German system. I knew that I was trans when I was young. I absolutely knew that. I came out when I was 33. It's really never too late. I don't think about it anymore, and my wife doesn't think about it anymore. We don't talk about trans stuff all the time. I don't know, I just get to live after that. In the first moment that I came out, I had friends going, "Okay, so what are you gonna do now? Clearly you're gonna stop singing." And then my response was, "Did I say that?"
Sorvelerò l'amore, sorvelerò i messeri, salvo i beni miei, dagli appetiti altrui.
Hi. Lucia Lucas, Maestro Andres Cladera.
Hi Lucia, nice to meet you.
Nice to
Yeah,
meet you.
Come on in.
Do you want to sing?
Sure.
Vieni alla finestra, o mio tesoro, e vieni a consolare il pianto mio.
People said, "Okay, well, what's going to happen with your voice? What's going to happen with your voice? You know, that's the most important thing." Well, you know, fortunately or unfortunately, it doesn't change. Whenever somebody's voice drops because of an increase in testosterone, whether it's because of induced or because they're natural teens, the voice will start to drop. And there's no way to make that go back up. So I can talk higher in my speaking voice, and I can even train my singing voice to be higher, but I would have to stop working. I have at least offers into 2022.
So you're in Houston, and then
I go back to Germany to Wuppertal to do the Europes, and then to Tulsa. So I may as well stay a baritone. I've tried to basically develop a rule book for myself of how this works, because nobody did this before. Of course, there's always been gender play in opera and Mozart, Strauss, whatever. And we're used to seeing that. I guess this is a little bit different, but I'm trying to make it not so different. So I say, you know, dress me however you want. I'm absolutely happy to do it in traditional costume and traditional makeup, because then there's less for somebody to hold against me. And they put a beard on me and I sing the part exactly as anybody else would sing it, hopefully better. Giovanni is at least a sociopath, if not a psychopath. You know, he just goes around and he just has no cares about anything. He doesn't even care about himself. I mean, I think he has a death wish. I don't have a dog in the fight. And what I mean by that is approaching, especially toxic masculinity, from my own side. I want to show it as nasty as possible. I want to show the grit. I want it to be real. If somebody finds my old name, it's not a big deal. I took Lucas as my last name because I was proud of what I did before I came out. I wasn't trying to erase everything. Yeah, that was my first name originally. And Lucia has the same root, which means light.
I think Tulsa will welcome Lucia, our Tulsa audience, but we'll find out.
If you put a trans person on stage, it's very different than having them behind the scenes. You have the audience having to confront the fact that there is a trans person working or singing right in front of them. I think that there are people who simply won't give me auditions. Or the idea that maybe, you know, well, yeah, no, that's fine that she's trans. But see, our public, I just don't know how they'd react. Something that I've been told by somebody who was not a supporter of me, they said, if directors don't like working with you, then you might not have work here, and so then we won't employ you anymore. And I find it difficult to imagine the same being said about race, religion, age, gender, or skin color. I think that if anybody said that, I think that would be immediately unacceptable. But I think that there's still this place, because it's so new for the public. But when people come to my shows and they're in the audience and hopefully we put on a good show, you'll see people who maybe it's their first time ever meeting a trans person or seeing a trans person, and it's like, well, did you like the show? Well, great. You know what? That's good enough. And if that's sort of my foot in the door to acceptance, then that's fine. When it came down to it, it was more important for me to come out than for my career to happen. And I was ready to walk away from my career. But I know now that it's worth fighting for. Being able to be true to yourself and to show the world who you are is invaluable. If this is the most important thing in your life, you can do it, and you can succeed, and you can succeed in anything that you want to do while being trans. Your art will be better. The more authentic you are with yourself, the more authentic your art will be.